My name's Craig. I'm plumbing manager for Rite Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing here in Tucson. I have the pleasure of being with Eric Brockmire with the Honest Water Filter this morning. Eric, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it. I'm Eric Brockmire, as you said, CEO of the Honest Water Filter Company, plumbing contractor by trade. I've owned 8 companies in my career, and I've been very passionate about water treatment from the very beginning. So I've always dabbled in it, and then about, I'd say 1993, I really got into water treatment.
Nice.
And I loved it, and it was always part of my plumbing repair. I always recommended it, and then I opened my own, then I sold that, and then I went into the corporate world for a while to deal with the manufacturing of water filters, and I learned so much.
Sure.
And one of the other things, Craig, that I learned was the truth, and that was eye-opening, because we hear so much out on the sphere and the internet of products do this, products do that. So I opened up my company, which is uniquely the name, Honest Water Filter Company. So that was really important to me because I respect our industry, plumbing. We want to provide the best possible solutions to the customers out there, and I wanted to make sure we were honest in our delivery and information about our products. So we really appreciate you picking us as part of your product line. We really do.
Yes, we've installed several of your units so far. Zero issues. Great feedback.
Awesome.
So what is some things in the water to make sure that our water safe, I guess?
You know, it's crazy. It's a great question. You know, out right now on the internet, newspaper, and around the country, there's been a lot of chit chat about the quality, from super viruses to forever chemicals to chloramines, chlorine, carcinogens, particulate, so many things. Throw it all in there. And what is the public to think, right? How are they to think? And you know, the plumbers, what's really interesting, all that stuff is an issue. And I want to say this, and I'm going to say it on film, and it's really important. The municipalities do the best they can with the dollars they're given, you know, and it is a self-regulating industry. Now, the public doesn't really know that, right? But they're self-guided. If there's a mistake, they have to report it. There's only one person at the EPA that controls all the municipalities in the federal government across the United States, which we think is, you know, a problem. And as you know, through history, there have always been some big challenges.
Sure.
Well, at Honest Water Filter, we understand that there's problems. And as a plumber, my thing was really simple. All of our technicians are out there fixing the thing that water broke.
Yep. But
They're never talking about fixing the water that broke the thing they're fixing. We've always allowed that to go to some other industry, like you can name it. We don't want to give anybody credit, but you all know who the big ones are.
So you're saying the municipalities do a great job of giving us clean water, but we need to protect our home.
Yeah, well, it's really cool because what they deliver is by definition safe, right? And you have to do that. But there are some things that the public doesn't read the water reports, right? If you're ill or you're sick, you probably want to have a filter on the water. You don't want to consume those disinfectants. If you have a compromised immune system, you would highly want to consider, you know, doing a filter system. We're not saying the water's bad, but what we're saying is there are things in water that I think the public should pull out. You know, we look at it this way. We think the municipalities absolutely should give you water. You're paying for it, should be clean by standards, and by God, most of it is.
It's potable.
It's potable. And the cool thing is that, but once it gets to the meter, the homeowner should take control of their water and provide, you know, and you picked us. You could tell me, why did you pick Honest Water Filter?
I like the fact that it's a compact system, customizable to any size of home, business, no power, no wastewater.
Would you say certification was important to you?
Oh yes, absolutely.
You know, and that was our thing at Honest Water, is we wanted to protect the name of the plumbing company, right? Because you're installing the Honest Water Filter, but it's Rite Way Plumbing that's on the hook there, right?
Yes.
And so by having a certification, we actually protect your good name, right? We didn't just say it does X. We went to a third party and said, hey, what's it do? And then we certified for that. So we know that when you install our product, it does what it says it does.
Perfect. Is there any other systems that does what your product does?
You know, there may be a few on the market, mostly in the commercial world, a lot of it in the food service. They're public driven, So those have to have products that are certified, right? But unfortunately, in the residential world, that's not kind of a requirement. That's something that you as a corporation should be important to you, and you should pick items that are certified and do what they say they do. Because what's happening out there is all these companies are making claims, water filter companies that make claims, like Carbon, right? Which is the basis of most filters. Carbon will do X. The problem is the public isn't clear on in what format. Yes, Carbon is amazing, does amazing things about removing disinfectants and other things in water, but in what platform and how much? The consumer should be asking that.
Sure.
Well, if our product is certified for the performance to how much it will remove, I think that should be a very comforting to your client.
Absolutely. And then we can test the water after the filtration and verify that it is
You
working
can test it if you like, but remember, if it's certified, we've been through some rigors. We spent tens of thousands of dollars to make sure our products are working the way we say they work. You can trust Honest Water because there's a sticker on it that says NSF, and NSF is the standard. All testing organizations use the NSF standard. NSF simply stands for National Sanitation Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization. It's not a federally driven. It is a nonprofit, and they have the most amazing people that set the standards for testing to make sure the public is safe using products like the Honest Water Filter company that you use.
And so the Honest Water Filter system, it's a whole home system.
It is a whole home system. We call that a POE, a point of entry. And we also have point of use, which goes underneath the sink if someone just wants to filter their drinking water out of their faucet.
Okay, but we recommend the whole home.
We always recommend the whole home because if you're doing that, then every faucet is covered. The shower head, the bathtub, the toilet, the laundry, the dishwasher, the hose bib, everything gets covered with good, clean, filtered water.
Which is good, especially if you have children giving them baths. You don't want them taking baths in chlorine.
No, I highly recommend that. You know, it's absolutely true. Children should not sit in a bathtub. And I get it, the parents want some peace and quiet for a minute. I totally get that. But you should shower the children, right? It should be a quick 3-4 minute shower and get out. And the showers can be a challenge as well. As you know, when you take a shower, there's steam. And that's where the disinfectant turns into an aerosol and we inhale it. And that's where it becomes a challenge. That's why filtering the water so you have clean, crisp, good water to shower and bathe in, well, heck, then get your break. But make sure that bathtub water is filtered.
So I'd like to say thank you for coming in today, Eric, and having this conversation with me. I'd just like to follow up with one last question. So who should have water filtration?
Wow, it's kind of a loaded question. Everybody. You know, the municipalities, like I said earlier, do the best they can with the dollars they're given, but we all have read. If you're on the internet, you listen to the news, there's never been a time in my lifetime than today where water is being contaminated left and right. And we're hearing things about things that contaminated our water years ago, like forever chemicals. Those happened back in the 60s and 70s, and we're now hearing about it today. So is water filtration important? Heck yes. If you're having plumbing issues or something going wrong, there's a high probability that water caused it. And we as a plumbing industry and as Rite Way should address the water quality to your home. I think everybody deserves and needs a filter. And that's just a passion project for me, and that's why I do this. I believe everybody in America should have the opportunity to be able to purchase a water filter for their family. I really do. And what it boils down to is which company is the best one. And I tell you, partnering with Rite Way has been an amazing adventure for us. We love what you do and we love what you stand for. So we want to thank you for picking us. We think it's a great partnership and we look forward to a very long future with Rite Way.
Absolutely. Continue to grow with each other, and thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.